Good morning, children. Let's continue our lesson, The Diary of a Young Girl by Annie Frank. Yesterday we read that Annie, when got on her 13th birthday a beautiful diary, she started to write and she felt that she could make the diary her best friend. She named her diary as Kitty. Let's see what happens next. We are on page number 51, children. Here we'll find that Annie has started to write her thoughts and her ideas and whatever she felt in her diary, Kitty. She says, since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. Here she says, children, that if whatever she was the victim of or whatever she was suffering from, if she would write the same instance in the diary, then those who will read the diary later on, they will not be able to understand in which context the writer was writing or Annie was writing. So she says that she will introduce herself by giving a brief sketch of her life that she doesn't want to share with anyone because she dislikes sharing the past life or the brief sketch of her life. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, didn't marry my mother until she was 36 and she was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12 June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. My father emigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December and I followed in February, when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot. Plunk down is here informal word, it is put down in a casual way. So she came a birthday present. She came in the world as a birthday present to her sister, she says. So, in her brief sketch of her life, she talks about her father, her parentage, her mother. She says that when her father emigrated to Holland in 1933, her mother also went with him to Holland in September, and she and her sister were sent to Aachen to stay with their grandmother. I started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. In the sixth form, my teacher was Mrs. Cooperus, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. So she also loved her teacher very much, and the teacher also loved her very much. So they both became sad when she had to go away from there. In summer of 1941, Grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. So it appears that she still misses her grandmother. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and Grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. The four of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present date of 20 June 1942. and the solemn dedication of my diary. So she says devotedly, dedication with seriousness. Solomon means children seriousness. She is writing in her diary on 20 June 1942. So that's how children she started to write her diary, and so she puts the date Saturday 20 June 1942. Dearest Kitty, our entire class is quaking in its boots. Means everyone is afraid. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. Means who will be promoted and who will be failed. Half the class is making bets. Gian and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. Cian and Jax, who have staked their entire holiday savings on their bet. From morning to night, it's you are going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. Even G's, the pleading glances and my angry outburst can't calm them down. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. Means most of the children have not performed well, and it might be possible they would be kept back. But the teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on the earth. So she says that teachers are unpredictable. We never know that whom they are going to promote and whom they are going to fail. I am not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. We will make it. The only subject I am not sure about is math. Anyway, all we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. So here she is indicating that she was only worried about the math subject. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them. So number she has given of the teachers present in the school to teach them, 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the old fogey who teaches math, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. Old fogey is old-fashioned person, children. So here she says that math teacher was an old-fashioned person and he did not like her because she talked very much. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework, an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. A chatterbox? What can you write about that? I would worry about that later. I decided. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked it in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. So, children, as the teacher was so much worried about her talking too much, so he gave her to write an essay. He gave her homework. And what was the homework? She had to write an essay on a chatterbox. Now, I think children, you must have understood what was the reason behind her teacher giving her an essay to write on this topic. The teacher wanted to make her realize that talking in a silly manner continuously was all useless and she should do something authentic and worthwhile instead of wasting and whiling away her time in talking. So till here children we are going to do today.